The two top performance improvers for your Ecoboost Ford engine, they're coming right up. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. We've just recently acquired this 2015 F-150 equipped with a 3.5 Ecoboost engine. Now in a different video, I showed you the first improvement that I do to any vehicle that I buy, and that was with a headlight upgrade. And lucky for you guys, that is the sponsor for this video. Auxito provides upgraded LED lighting solutions for your entire vehicle. That includes headlights, fog lights, tail lights, interior lights, marker lights. They've got LED lights for pretty much anything to do with your automotive lighting needs. All of the lights are CAN bus enabled, which means you will not generate any errors on your system for burnt out lights or light failure. Just how good are the Auxito headlights? We had a chance to test them out ourselves on our Chevy Avalanche. Now before, we had very dim, poor night visibility. I couldn't see anything. I can't see where I'm going at all. But with our Auxito headlight upgrade, I was able to see so much further down the road. It gave me all the confidence that I needed to be comfortable towing my trailer and driving at night. Now, some of you are wondering, what about blinding oncoming cars? Auxito headlights match the factory headlight system. So whatever range you had with your factory headlights, you will have the same with this. It's just brighter. So you shouldn't be blinding oncoming traffic. If you are, then you need to adjust your headlights and it will solve that problem completely. But you have so much more visibility to be able to see down the sides of the roads with a much better color temperature and a much more consistent light output. This will resurrect your older vehicle to make it shine just like a brand new vehicle, to where you can see everything that you need to see. The kit includes everything that you need for a basic install, including gloves, zip ties, and the Auxito LED light system. They are some of the brightest headlights that you can get on the market today. I have personally used them in all of my vehicles that can use these kinds of headlights. I've used a lot of different LED systems, and I have to say, these ones seem to work the best for me. Don't forget to use our discount code for 15% off on your next order. And that code can be used multiple times. Share it with your friends, your family, buy multiple sets over and over and over again with that 15% off every single time. There's a link in the description where you can just click it and then order the headlights that you need. Don't forget, they're more than just headlights. They do taillights, marker lights, all of that. If you can see just fine with your vehicle, then maybe a headlight upgrade is not for you, but definitely you might be looking for some performance upgrades. So the two most important performance upgrades that you can do on an Ecoboost engine, they are coming up and in order. I'm going to show you the first one right now, but first we need to pop the hood to have a look at what we're looking at here. So we'll come down in here, pop our hood. Here you can see our filthy Ecoboost engine. Now this is the 3.5 liter V6 Ecoboost. And the first performance upgrade that you can do on this Ecoboost engine is spark plugs. Now, before I make this sound way too simple for you guys, keep in mind, if you do not know the last time that the spark plugs were done on this engine, it needs spark plugs. If you just bought the engine and the previous owner didn't say, we just did the spark plugs last week and here's the receipt, odds are it needs spark plugs. So you see, this truck for us actually was generating a number of engine codes when we bought it. And all of the engine codes were pointing to catalyst efficiency, exhaust efficiency, turbo issues, tons and tons and tons of issues. And I didn't really want to dig through all of them, but the biggest issue that I noticed was at acceleration. When I accelerated, it would accelerate just fine, but somewhere around 4,000 RPM, it would fall flat on its face and it wouldn't build boost anymore, and it had a noticeable stutter. Now, when I scanned the engine, I had misfires, I had a lot of errors, and trying to dig through what the problem is, the number one reason that you are going to experience any kind of issues with running your engine is spark plugs. So we grabbed some spark plugs on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description for the spark plugs that I bought. They weren't super expensive and they're very easy to replace. So I'm going to show you how easy they are to replace. Now really, they're underneath this plastic bit here. So all you got to do is take your oil filler cap off and then lift up and slide out. And just like that, all of our spark plugs are accessible underneath here. So they're underneath the coil packs here. There's 3 coil packs on this side and 3 coil packs on that side. All you got to do is pull the coil pack out, take the spark plug out, put the new spark plug in, put the coil pack back on. When you're done, the cover goes right back on just like that. And then we put the oil filler hole back on, and just like that, the engine's put back together. Now this is a really basic job that you can do with basic hand tools. I'll put a link in the description to the toolbox that I have if you don't have a toolbox. Now the number 2 top performance improvement that you can do on your Ecoboost engine, you can do these in either order. If you think your spark plugs are okay, then you can do the number 2 performance increase as your number 1 performance increase. And that is, it's so dead simple. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but it is an air filter change. Now let's have a quick look at our air tubing. This right here is our air filter box, and normally you're gonna have a factory paper filter. Now there are aftermarket air induction kits that you can get that replace this charge pipe here to right here, just to this rubber piece right here. They stop at this Y, so they just Y here and then connect to the factory tubing. But the reality is, those systems claim to make up to 20 more horsepower. On an engine that's making close to 400 horsepower, 20 horsepower is going to be kind of meh. It's within margin of error. But because this is a turbocharged engine, we don't see as many issues with the intake charge because it's going to heat the air up so much at the turbos anyway that the air coming out of the turbos has to come down here through our intercooler, which you can't really see, but we'll have an intercooler right down there so that the air rushing along the highway goes into that intercooler, and it will cool the air off way, way more than your air induction kit will. If you want to have a cold air induction kit on here, certainly you can get one, but it is only for sound purposes. It sounds really cool to have an intake whoosh, especially when you have a turbo. But if you're not in for the sound and you just want some extra performance, this is what you're looking for. Now this right here is by Spectre Performance. It's available on Amazon and it is much, much cheaper than the drop-in K&N filter, but it is pretty much the same thing. So you're going to save a little bit of money and you're going to have some performance added to your car. And we're going to go through, I'm actually going to put this in right now, and I'm going to show you why I'm even looking at this. So first of all, to change this, it's so simple. We just pop these 2 clips off here, and then we pull this up like this, which exposes the filter, and we take the filter out. Now this is an aftermarket filter. It looks like a Fram style filter that somebody's put in here, but this is just a paper accordion filter, as you can see here. And what happens is it gets full, all of these pleats get full of junk, and then it doesn't breathe very well. And if I take this through the sun here, you can see it's totally blocked all of the sunlight coming through here. That's how you can tell. So if I move it, you can see, we're looking directly at the sun right now. You can't see any sunlight through that. So let's have a quick look at this filter. This guy is a pleated filter. It has the typical K&N style cotton mesh with an oil added to it for the filtering effects. Now this is pre-oiled, so you don't have to do anything. You just put it into the box. But let's have a quick look at the sunlight test. There you can see the sunlight through the filter. That means that air is going to flow through here way easier than that paper filter. So it's a great looking filter, and it's a drop-in replacement. So if I go like this, it only fits one way. If I try to do it the wrong way, it won't quite fit, and you don't need to squish it or anything. So we just put it in just like this. And then we clip that down. And that's it. We have a performance improvement filter on here. Now, one of the reasons why I don't care so much about the cold air induction kit is because this truck has this guy right here. This is an actual air intake scoop, which slots nicely under the hood. It sucks the air straight in into this box, and then it goes through the turbos. Now the turbos are going to be actually pulling the air in. So I don't need to force the air, but I definitely want access to some nice cool air, which is exactly what this guy does. It seals off nicely when the hood closes so that we're getting that nice cool drawn in air through that front intake. So this guy is trash. We'll throw that out. And we have completed the first 2 important performance mods on any Ecoboost engine. Now I know I made these seem really simple, and the air filter was as simple as what you guys saw right here. Obviously the spark plugs take a little bit more work to change than that, but I promise you, if you are unsure of the life of those spark plugs, these engines chew up spark plugs like nobody's business. So these ones are only going to last 40 to 50,000 kilometers before you're probably going to want to change those anyway. So unknown condition, change them. They're so inexpensive. It takes such a little bit of time to actually swap them, and it solves all of your problems. All of my check engine lights went out as soon as I changed those spark plugs. I haven't even had to go and clear the codes. I drove for 2 drives and all of the codes cleared all by themselves. All of my problem went away. My performance was restored. And now with this air intake, let's have a quick listen to the startup, how good this thing sounds now with that higher flowing filter. Now the coolest thing about this is now you guys can hear the air. Well, you can hear the fan turning on, but you can hear the air whooshing through here. And that is it. It still sounds cool. Maybe not as cool as like a cold air intake, but you definitely can hear those turbo sounds just through that regular intake tube, and it sounds so good, but the performance is so much better. Again, if you want to get any of these for yourself, I will put links in the description where you can grab those from, and stay tuned for more performance upgrades on this truck, because we're going to start deep diving into tuning and making it even faster. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.